Thank you, Mercedes. Please. All right. Everybody please proceed.
Sorry, something with Lawrence when I first got here. Sorry, a little late.
No.
Any interpreter matters?
Not this time.
Okay. Okay.
Done.
I'm pushing it. It's not sorting.
It's still not sorting.
Putting on refresh and still not sorting. Okay, well, just the one on top with the, so sort of like I messed up. Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody. This is the 11 o'clock calendar. It's March 6, 2025. The orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month will apply to all matters on this calendar. When you come up, you'll stand behind the podium, give me your name and your date of birth. I'm not going to release, state out loud all your release conditions. They'll be on your paperwork. It'll be your responsibility to read it and understand it. I will tell you at a minimum, I'll say no driving without a valid driver's license and no drugs without a valid prescription. For those of you who I set bond as a security appearance bond, you can go through a bonding company. On some of the walls are lists and phone numbers of bonding companies. They do collect calls. If you don't find that list, you can ask one of the officers to give you that information. All right. Start with number Brianna Trevino Flores. Your name and date of birth, please.
Brianna Trevino Flores, 5/18/98.
Okay. You're here on a new case of, in Superior Court, possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. I do find probable cause in regard to both matters. I do have given additional information by the prosecutors in regard to it. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Now, in regard to your situation, I do find you initialed on December 2nd, 2024 in CR 2024-155871. And as already indicated, I find probable cause in regard to both these charges. So you'll have appointed a lawyer. You'll be at 175 West Madison Street for status conference on March 12th at 8:30 and a witness preliminary hearing on March 14th at 8:30. Then I also have an evidentiary hearing on March 13th at 1:30 at the same address to determine whether bond can be set. But pursuant to Rule 7.2B, you will be held without bond at this time. Your lawyer will explain to you about the evidentiary hearing to see whether bond can be set. Step to your left, please. Paige Archers.
Page Rogers, 040993.
All right, you're here on a probation violation. And you're in possession of drug paraphernalia. You're alleged to violate terms 3 and 5. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be at 201 West Jefferson on March 13th at 8:30 for a probation revocation arraignment hearing. You're alleged to have violated terms 3 and 5. If you get out, you must contact your probation officer in 72 hours. You can't possess any weapons. You can't possess or consume any alcohol. You can't possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Another judge has set bond for you in the amount of $300 secured appearance bond. If you post bond, contact your probation officer and make it to court. All right, step to your left, please. Michael Galvin Sanchez.
Michael Galvin Sanchez. Done.
Thank you. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Michael Galvan Sanchez, May 6, 2006.
All right, sir, you are charged with one count of conspiracy to commit armed robbery with a deadly weapon, a Class 3 felony, and one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, a Class 3 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be at 175 West Madison Street at 8:30 for a status conference on March 12th. And at this time, a witness preliminary hearing is set for March 14th at 8:30. You're not to... I have to change one thing, by the way. Okay. This is I appointed a lawyer for you. I gave you the court dates. You can't return to the scene of the alleged crime. You can't initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. You cannot initiate contact with any co-defendant. No weapons and no drugs without a valid prescription. The prosecutors were asking for a bond of $75,000 secured appearance bond. I'm setting bond in the amount of $50,000 secured appearance bond. If you post your bond and you don't show up, you can lose your bond and a warrant will issue. Step to your left, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Michael Molina. Your name and date of birth, please.
Michael Molina, April 30th, 1995.
Okay, sir, you are charged with aggravated assault, serious physical injury, Class 3 felony, disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor, and one count of adult abuse. All right, I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You're going to have your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street, a status conference on March 12th, and a witness preliminary hearing at this point scheduled for March 14th, both at 8:30. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim. You have to find an alternative residence. However, I'll allow you to return one time to the scene of the alleged crime with a police officer on a civil standby to pick up your personal effects. All right. Step to your left, please. But it's a bond is set in the amount of security appearance bond of $25,000. Step to your left, please. Patrick Bush. Oh, really? He's at house call, right? That's what I'm saying. It's not resetting. Can't figure out why, but pushing it.
Kept moving on, but they kept moving back, so.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'll just remind me to do the house call later, on that. All right, Alexis Martin San Pedro. So your name and date of birth, please.
Yeah, Alexis Martin San Pedro.
Date of birth.
Yeah, June 24, 2001.
All right, you are charged with 1 count of robbery, class 4 felony, and 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, class 3 felony. Appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison for status conference on March 12th and a witness preliminary hearing on March 14th, both at 8:30. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate contact with alleged victims or victim. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. You could have to find an alternative residence. You may return to the scene of the alleged crime one time with a police officer, pick up your personal effects. I will tell you this, the state was asking for also one other thing here. I have to change one thing though. The state wanted a $100,000 bond for you. I'm going to set it at $50,000 security appearance bond. But if you're able to post a bond before you're released, you'll have an electronic ankle bracelet put on you and be ankle monitored. You can only leave your home, your residence, during times approved by pretrial services. You'll get a packet with information about that. Step to your left, please. Jackson Williams. What? This guy, I gave him a new one, by the way, so he'll have it in a second. Jackson Williams.
Yeah. Jason, 06.
Jackson Williams, though, right?
Oh, you said what?
He only heard you say your first name.
That's Jason Williams, 05.
That's
I mean,
right.
06, 28.
2005.
I can't even think right now. I'm just nervous, man.
Don't worry. 628.
Yeah, 05,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, sir, I know you're being held on a $50,000 bond on another armed robbery case.
Yeah, I'm just like...
Okay, let me explain something to you. That was, I think it was, if I'm going strictly on memory without looking back on it, I think it was seen, that was based on indictment and you were seen last month on that, right?
Yeah, it was just last month.
Yeah, it was in February, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, this one is another armed robbery with a deadly weapon, a class 2 felony. It's alleged to have occurred on January 24th of this year. Okay, I just want to tell you.
Okay.
All right, and I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Most likely it'll be the same one you have on the other case. Okay.
Okay. I got a question.
Okay, let me just go over
Okay,
this.
my bad,
So I
my
don't
bad,
forget
yeah.
to tell you this. Okay. And I will say this: your lawyer is the best one to ask about things. Okay, because I can't give you legal advice. All right.
Okay.
And do you remember what your court date is? Offhand, I didn't look it up.
You said, do I remember my court date is?
No, on the other case.
Do I remember what it is?
Yeah, what your on your last case.
No, not really.
Okay, well, anyway, let's turn this one. It's 175 West Madison, status conference on March 12th, and at this time, a witness preliminary hearing on March 14th. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll look it up for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Let's see here. You were seen on February 25th. And Ms. Parker Williams is your attorney?
Miss who?
Ms. Catherine Parker Williams?
No. I was supposed to be having... that's what I was...
No, that's just at the arraignment, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And let's see here. April 8th. for initial pretrial conference.
Okay.
Okay. So you got different court dates initially. Okay.
Okay.
All right. That'll be in the, all right. But anyway, so I know you already being held at $50,000. And this state's also recommending $50,000 on this one. I'm going to keep, so it'd be an additional $50,000 security appearance bond. All right. So step to your left, please. And so your lawyers. Oh, you wanted to ask me something, but I'm suggesting you talk to your lawyer about any questions. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Great. Step to your left, please.
Do I?
Tyrese Taylor.
How you doing,
Morning, sir.
Tyrese Taylor, 120399.
12399.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. So you got a bench warrant out of Superior Court. I guess possession of narcotic drugs for sale, Class 2 felony, possession or use of a weapon and drug offense, Class 4, and 2 DUIs as misdemeanors. All right. You already have an attorney on that. So you'll be going back to court on at 175 West Madison on March 12th at 8:30. No drugs without a valid prescription. Your judge set bonding amount, a security appearance bond of $5,000. So if you post it, make sure you show up so you don't lose your bond. And so another
Is there a way
warrant.
I can lower my bond?
5,000
Is
security.
there a way I can get it lower right now?
You can go to a bondsman. Okay, step to your left.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Well, that's another house call. Winston Harris.
Winston Harris, 102891.
Okay, so you got 3 warrants out of Pinal County, Flagstaff, and the judge on each one of them wanted a $5,000 security appearance bond. I'm not going to do quite. I'm not going to make it a total of $15,000. Okay. Let's just look at it here. They're all at 2024, and the last 4 numbers are 3001, 4001, and 501. Okay. In regard, I'll make it easier because the 2024 0009 8, and then the numbers I told you. On the one that's 5001, I'm keeping the $5,000 security appearance bond. On the other ones, I'm making $250 security appearance bond, because I didn't want to have. I looked at the charges. I don't know anything about the case, but I didn't want to make it $15,000. Okay. Just your next court date on those will be March 11th at 8:30. Let's see. I think they're all at the Flagstaff Justice Court. Let me see here. Yeah, all at March 11th at 8:30 Flagstaff Justice Court. If you don't post your bond, they'll be brought up there. Okay. Step to your left, please.
So I'll court in Flagstaff?
Yeah, that's where your court is, and the address is on your paperwork, by the way. Okay, step to your left.
So they're coming to get me?
Yeah, go ahead. Kevin Langston.
Who's that name, sir? I didn't hear.
Kevin Langston.
Langston? Langston?
Good morning, sir. Name and date of birth.
Kevin Langston, 10/05/1992.
Okay, sir. You've got 3 matters: a justice court warrant, a new Superior Court case, and a probation violation warrant. So let me go over them. It's going to take a little bit of time. Okay. So let's start with your probation violation warrant, CR 2022-107937. You're on probation for, I think, criminal damage or Class 1 misdemeanor.
Yeah.
I appointed a lawyer for you. You're going to be in different courts for each one of these matters, at least initially for 2 of them. Probation revocation arraignment hearing will be at 201 West Jefferson on March 13th at 8:30. Your ledger violated term 1. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. No drugs without a valid prescription, and don't initiate contact with the original victim or victims. Okay. I said bonding, no matter $100. I'm also saying bond on all 3 to make sure you get transport. If you post your bond, you got to make it by yourself. But if you don't post the bond, they'll take you. Okay, that's So that's on CR 2022-107937. Let's talk about the new case, 2025-110572. You are charged with trafficking in stolen property, first degree class 2 felony, and shoplifting class 1 misdemeanor. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Now in this one, you'll be at 175 West Madison for a status conference on March 12th at 8:30, and the witness preliminary hearing at this time is scheduled for March 14th at 8:30. Now I said I appoint a lawyer for you, and I told you in courts, and actually I want to just check one other thing here for you. All right, at least on different dates. Initially, you'll have a different attorney in different courts, but they'll probably be combined into one. Okay, just so you know. All right. $1,500 is set on that one. Secured appearance bond. Can't return to scene of alleged crime, initiate contact with alleged complainant or witness, contact your probation officer within 72 hours release. That applies to all three. All right, and you'll see the rest of the conditions. Then you got a justice court warrant out of the Kyrie Justice Court. And this one's, I think, an old warrant, if I remember correctly, because this case is from 2021, and you've been in IA court on this charge before. Ordinarily, I'd have released you on this one, but you got to show up. I was supposed to be doing time on exceeding excessive speed. Let me just tell you that. I'm saying ordinarily, but for the other matters, there wouldn't be issued. Same conditions such as contact your probation officer in 72 hours, and so you could possibly get credit for this. I said a nominal bond of $50 on this one. Okay, so I want to explain to you why. Okay?
Okay.
All right, why don't you step to your left? You'll get the paperwork in a second. Julia Schmidt.
Julia Artis Schmid, July 2nd, 1980.
All right. You were charged with taking the identity of another, Class 4 felony, possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, theft of a credit card, a Class 5 felony, fraudulent use of a credit card, a Class 6 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and theft, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I do note that you've had 4 failures to appear. The prosecutor is asking for a $5,000 bond in regard to this. I'm not going to set that bond, okay? I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be 175 West Madison Street on March 12th. At this time, a witness preliminary hearing is scheduled for March 14th at 8:30. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. No drugs, of course, without a valid prescription. I reduced the bond to $1,000 secured appearance bond. Okay. Step to your left, please. Sarah Good? All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Sarah Good, 6876.
Okay, you got a warrant out of Surprise City Court. The address will be on your paperwork. On a shoplifting, a lawyer will be appointed for you the next court date, and the address will be on the paperwork. You'll be at Surprise City Court, scheduled for March 11th at 1:30. You cannot return to scene of alleged crime or initiate contact with any alleged complainant or witnesses, and bond was set by them in the amount of $500 secured appearance bond. So step to your left, please. Tori Tucker? Morning, sir.
Tory Tucker, 12595.
All right, sir, you're here on a warrant at a Superior Court on possession of dangerous drugs, possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felonies, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6. You already have an attorney on that matter. You'll appear in court at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference on March 12th at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing on March 14th at 8:30. No drugs without a valid prescription. Your judge set bond the amount of $500 secured appearance bond. Step to your left, please. And Julia Hinton? Oh, that's the house call, I'm sorry. That's why I keep forgetting to go down there. Francis Grant?
Hello.
Your name and date of birth, please.
Francis Grant, 41389.
Okay, you're being held right now on a probation violation matter, right? Okay,
It's
that's
supposed to be in
fine.
court right now.
Pardon?
It's supposed to be in court downtown right now.
Yeah, I know that. So, that one I think is at 201 West Jefferson probably. So this one, by the way, will be at 175 West Madison for a status conference on March 12th at 8:30 and a witness building hearing on March 14th. Okay, and initially you might have a different attorney, but they'll probably combine them. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You're here on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. No weapons, no alcohol, and no drugs without a valid prescription. Because you're being held in the probation matter, I want you to possibly get credit for both. Okay, I said bond amount of $250, secured appearance bond, since you're being held already. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, step to your left, please. Maurice Cuff. And sir, if you want to lean on the podium, I won't be offended by it since you got a crutch here. So make yourself as comfortable as you can in the circumstances, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Maurice Cuff, 122870.
All right, sir, you are charged in the Buckeye City Court. The address will be in your paperwork, okay? You're charged with domestic violence charges of assault and disorderly conduct. A lawyer will be appointed for you at your next court date, which will be at the Buckeye City Court on March 12th at 1 o'clock. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. You cannot possess any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. You're going to have to find an alternative residence. However, you can return one time to the scene of the alleged crime with a police officer on a civil standby to pick up your personal effects. Bond is a security appearance bond of $500. So step to your left, please. Brenda Ramirez.
Hi.
Your name and date of birth, please.
Brenda Ramirez, 31892.
Okay, you're here on a probation violation matter. I guess you're on probation for possession of drug paraphernalia. I appointed a lawyer for you. You'll be at 201 West Jefferson for your probation revocation arraignment hearing on March 13th at 8:30. You're alleged to have violated terms 3 and 5. If you get out, you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. No weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. And your judge another judge set bond for you in the amount of $250 secured appearance bond. So you post your bond, contact your probation officer, and make it to court. All right? Step to your left, please. John Cabisto.
John Cabisto, 9766.
All right, sir, you were here on a Superior Court charges of possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and knowing display of false license plate, Class 1 misdemeanor. I'd say the prosecutors wanted a bond. He said amount of $500. I saw you have 4 priors. The police did not have very warm feelings for you in terms of your ability to be a law-abiding citizen. Nevertheless, sir, I said I'm appointing a lawyer for you. I'm going to release you to pretrial services. And maybe I'm being too kind, but you better show up for it. Okay, listen to me. Okay, you're going to get a packet talking about pretrial services. You'll have to read it and understand it in that packet, because you'll be responsible for you contacting them. You'll have to make sure you're in compliance with their requirements. Also, you have to make sure you do your drug testing and monitoring. If you don't, you'll be back here. Okay, your next court date be at 175 West Madison. It'll be on your paperwork, so don't lose it. We'll be a status conference on March 20th at 8:30, and a witness film hearing on March 24th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison. I said, if you perform me again on this charge, you'll probably be a nice bond will be set. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Step to your left, please. Bo Rayner. Okay. Your name and date of birth, please.
Bo Clayton Rayner, October 21st, 1999.
Now, you're released to pretrial service on another case, right?
I was, and I didn't have a place to stay, so I never did contact them, actually.
All right. Okay.
But I got a car now and a home and a place to stay, so if I were to be given that opportunity again.
Let's look at the other case then. Hold on one second.
Yes, sir.
Pretrial services said you released to them, so let me just see what the status of that is. Oh, okay. You have a $500 bond on it now. On the other case.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to make a slight change here. As I said to people, make sure you contact being compliant with pretrial services. You're in a situation where that didn't happen. All right. Okay, sir, this is what I'm going to do. Your next court date will be appointing a lawyer for you, probably the same as before. You'll be at 175 West Madison on March 12th at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing on March 14th at 175 West Madison. No alcohol, by the way, and no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. To make sure, if you aren't able to post another bond, I set a placeholder bond of $50 on this one. You'll talk to your lawyer. Your lawyer can see whether he or she can get that reduced. Okay?
Okay, the $50 on top
on this one, on top of the 500, because otherwise they won't transport you. They may not transport you for this unless you're being held in custody. All right? That's why I just did a small bond. All right?
Okay.
But you can talk to your lawyer about all that. All right. Taylor, Brenes. Your name and date of birth, please.
4/1993, sir.
And your name.
Taylor Marie Brenes.
Okay, you're charged with aggravated assault, a class 6 felony, resisting arrest, class 6 felony.
I was indeed, yes.
One second, I'm talking. Obstructing a highway, public thoroughfare, class 3 misdemeanor. These are the allegations against you.
Yes,
I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court dates will
What was
be
the first one, sir?
aggravated assault.
And no, the one that you just said previous to that, the employment something, what was it?
Start over again, okay?
You just said employment something. I wasn't aware of any employment of anything. What was the one you just
I didn't
said?
mention anything about employment. I'll say again, aggravated assault, resisting arrest, and obstructing the highway.
Okay.
Okay. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison. Don't lose your paperwork. You'll have a status conference on March 20th at 8:30 and a witness preliminary hearing at 8:30. You're not to initiate contact with any alleged victim. You're not consuming any alcohol. No drugs without a valid prescription. Now, I will tell you this. The state was asking for a bond of $10,000 for you. I'm going to release you to pretrial services.
I appreciate
Read
it.
your packet. You got to be in compliance with them. You also have to do drug testing. So if you're not in compliance, do the drug testing and complying with them. Get me back here.
Is it going to be through like CBS, CBI? Because I have it through CBI and stuff already. Could you just pull from them?
When you talk to pretrial services, you'll talk to them about that. But make sure you contact them.
Okay. And you said nothing about any.
By the way, do you have a case manager? Do you have a case manager?
I think I just lost one this month, but do I need one?
No, I'm saying, do you have one?
No, it's March, so no, it's not
Okay.
this time.
All right, very good. Davina Shavadan? Your name and date of birth, please.
08/31/90.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
08/31/90.
And your name?
Davina Chari.
All right. You were charged with 2 counts of possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court dates will be at 175 West Madison. Don't lose your paperwork because you're due there on March 20th at 8:30 and a witness plum hearing on March 24th. No drugs without a valid prescription. Now, apparently you have an order of protection against you now, right? Correct, ma'am?
What?
You have an order of protection against you right now, right?
No, I don't think so.
Do you have one against somebody else?
No.
According to this, there's an active order of protection that expires in October 31st of this year.
Oh, I think it's an old one.
What?
An old one.
Okay, well, anyway, there's an order of protection effect. You got to obey that. But I'm going to release you to pretrial services. Same thing. You have to call them, read your paperwork, make sure you understand it. You have to be in compliance with their requirements and do drug testing. If you don't do the drug testing and comply with them, you'll be back here. All right, so you'll be getting out in a few hours. All right, step to your left, please.
Thank God. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Julio Madueno Lopez. No hats.
Soy Julio Adrián López Madueño, 926-1987.
All right, sir, you have a warrant. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure, okay. You're hearing a warrant out of the West McDowell Justice Court. You know where that place is?
No.
Well, that's part of the problem, okay? The address will be in your paperwork. You better show up there. Because
Yeah, I will.
You're in a charge of driving a license suspended or revoked or canceled. Have you enjoyed your time here?
Huh?
Have you enjoyed your time here?
No.
No, you can avoid it. You better show up for court there, or else you'll be back here.
Okay.
So you'll delete your paperwork. You're due there at West McDowell Justice Court, March 25th at 1:30. I'll release you on your own recognizance. They want the bond of $672 for you, sir. I don't want to hold you, so I'm going to release you, but be smart.
Yeah, I will.
Get to enjoy the fine food here.
Yes.
Okay? All right, step to your left, please.
Thank you.
Okay. Actually, sir, come on back. You have 2 other matters. I'm sorry, I forgot to talk to you about that. In 2025-110541, you've got a new case on 2 counts of possession of dangerous drugs. I appointed a lawyer for you. You'll be in that court at 175 West Madison. Don't lose your paperwork because you've got a lot of places to go to. March 20th at 8:30 for status conference and a witness plum hearing on March 24th. No drugs without a valid prescription. I'm going to release you to pretrial services. You read your packet, understand it, because you got to contact them. You also got to follow the rules and also make sure you get your drug testing done as required. Okay, now we got the third matter, CR 2021-131954. You have a case that's gone back to 2019, possession of dangerous drugs. So even though you got all these cases, you'll be that one at 175 West Madison, March 20th and March 24th at 8:30 for status conference and witness preliminary hearing. Once again, I'll release your pretrial services. You know, you're right on the edge about whether you stayed in or not. So be smart and show up for all your courts. All right?
I will.
Step to your left.
Oh, thank you.
Christopher Post. Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Christopher John Post, 07/28/1992.
Okay, sir. Gentlemen, is anyone else in there now?
Yes.
Except, just could you bring him back in a minute? Unless I'll tell you what, I'll do the fugitive case first. I'll do yours afterwards. Okay.
Another female.
Okay, well, let's see. Hold on. Who's the female that we have left?
Number 32.
32. Let's do Destiny. Your name and date of birth, please.
Destiny Riston, 6399.
Okay, Destiny, just trying to find my notes on this. Okay, that's right. All right. You have a domestic violence charge of aggravated assault on a minor class 6 felony against your sister. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You can't have any initiate contact with her. You have to find an alternative residence. You may return one time to the scene of the alleged crime with a police officer and a civil standby to pick up your personal effects. I am appointing a lawyer for you. March 20th will be your next court date at 175 West Madison for a status conference and a witness preliminary on March 24th at 8:30. I will tell you this, the prosecutors were asking for a bond in your case in the amount of $5,000, but I'm releasing you to pretrial services, so you'll be getting out in a few hours. But make sure you read the packet, knowing what you've got to do to comply with pretrial services. You've got to contact them. You're getting out, but you can't go back to your home right now. All right? You can talk to your lawyer and see if that will change in the future. All right? Step to the left, please. Okay, I guess the FOJ, Jonathan Reberry?
Yeah, John Reberry.
I didn't want to mispronounce it, so I hesitated. Okay, so your name and date of birth, please.
Jonathan Reberry, 9/30/1983.
We do the fugitive justice cases kind of towards the end. That's why we weren't picking on you. But
I gotcha.
Looks like you got a warrant. Was it out of Kansas?
I do out of Olathe, yes.
I couldn't decide whether it was Kansas or Missouri.
Yeah, it's Kansas.
Okay.
I was just approved to reach out program.
Okay, let me talk about certain things in regard to it. Now, you got a laminated sheet to read?
I've seen it.
Yeah, and you read it and you understand
Yes.
it? Did you understand it?
I did.
Okay, let's go over certain things here, because I got a lot of things I got to read to you. That's why
I gotcha.
to the last, okay? Now, a warrant was issued by the state of Kansas. I just want to just double check one thing here. So here. Yeah. Anyway, you have a choice to make at this time if you know what you're going to want to do, okay? You can decide, you could waive your right to an extradition hearing, be sent back to Kansas within 30 days, or you can demand an extradition hearing where a governor's warrant would have to be signed by the governors of both states, Kansas and Arizona, before you're sent back to Kansas. If you decide to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you'll be held without bond in the Maricopa County Jail for a period of up to 30 days to allow time for Kansas to come for you. That 30 days would start tomorrow as long as you don't have any criminal charges pending against you anywhere in Arizona. All right. If you do have a criminal charge pending against you in Arizona, the 30 days would not begin until those local charges are taken care of. Okay. If you decide to set if you want to have an extradition hearing, I'll set a new court date for you. You'll see another judge on March 17th at 1:30 at 201 West Jefferson. We'll go over your rights again. I cannot appoint a lawyer to represent you because extradition matters are civil in nature, but you would have a right to hire a lawyer at your own expense if you decide to do so. You are entitled to a bond in this case, which would be $25,000 cash. If you are unable to post a bond, you'd be held in custody during that time until another judge perhaps modified your bond. A governor's warrant signed by the governors of both states is required to extradite you to Kansas. That could take up to 90 days if you wanted the extradition hearing. Do you know what you'd like to do at this time?
This thing's supposed to be taken care of. I don't know.
You're speaking almost like a mumble, soft-spoken.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if you're talking to yourself or to me.
I know. I'm sorry. I was supposed to go to start this Unhook program today.
But the problem is that's Kansas. You know,
Yeah.
it's their baby. You know what I mean? So all I can do is just see whether you want an extradition hearing or not.
I'll waive it, I guess.
You'll waive it? Okay. Now I got to ask you a bunch of questions for that also. All right. You've read the waiver of extradition paperwork, correct?
Yes.
Okay, you understand you do not have to sign that paperwork? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, do you understand you have a right to have an extradition hearing?
Yes.
Do you understand you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense?
I do.
Do you understand you have the right to demand that governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you're returned?
I do.
You have the right to bail unless you have local charges. Well, you have the right to bail. You understand that?
Yes.
And though you know about local charges, I told you about that. Do you want to give up those rights and sign the paperwork? Yes?
Yeah, I suppose.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to sign the paperwork?
No.
Okay. Have you used any drugs, alcohol, or medicine in the last 24 hours that might affect your ability to understand the proceedings?
No.
Okay. I find you have knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily signed the waiver. I'm also signing it. I'm directing the Sheriff's Office to notify Kansas you're ready to return. They have 30 days from tomorrow to pick you up unless there are local charges pending. If there are local charges pending, 30 days will not start until the conclusion of that case. Any questions? Okay. If that's no questions, sir, step over there, please.
Over here?
Yeah. Yeah, 1 second. I just have to put it on the computer. Okay. She'll have it ready for you in a second.
I'm going to be, you guys are going to extradite me back here because I've got this, I'm on IPS probation here.
Are you on probation here?
I'm on IPS probation here. I have probation. That's why I was sent to the program.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Okay. One step by there, so everything's being picked up.
I just want to make sure.
Hold it 1 second. Okay. Hold it 1 second.
I have no problem.
Okay. No, let me, before going any further, let me just check something out in regard to you. Okay.
Yeah, I was granted.
Hold it 1 second. Let me look
Okay.
at something. Okay.
Okay. Yes,
And that was from 2022 case, right?
Yes.
Okay. Your attorney brought a motion to order your release on February 27th.
Right.
Hold on 1 second. before I want it done privately, that's why we did that way.
Even the guy looked at me weird, and I told him what it was.
What's that?
The last guy looked at me weird because you pulled me back out, and I told him what it was.
Okay, you're on probation for attempted sexual assault, a class 3 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your revocation arraignment hearing is March 13th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. All right, so you have your lawyer for that. You can initiate contact with the victim. You can't have any contact with any minors except as approved by your supervising probation officer, which I think is the situation right now. Can't possess or consume any alcohol. Can't possess any weapons. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. And one of the judges said probation violation court set bond for you and security appearance bond about $5,000. So your probation revocation hearing is March 13th at 8:30. All right. So if you post bond, make sure you show up. All right.
I didn't understand what happened.
Yeah, it's a $5,000 security appearance bond. You can go to a bonding company.
Okay.
But if you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release.
So when I did my prison sentence, my 10 years, I did 10 years in prison.
Okay.
I have
subsequent
I
probation.
have no ability to remember a lot. I can't remember family numbers or anything like that.
That's why. Okay. So all I can just say, okay, because it's in a different court. Talk to your lawyer about all those situations. Okay. By the way, I do have to change one thing, sir. I didn't even put this down. I should have had it in your paperwork. You're alleged to have violated terms 4, 5, 7, 13, and 15. And your lawyer will explain those things to you also, okay? All right, one step over there, please. Now let's go back to the... Oh, somehow you managed to put him down lower to the house calls now.
Yeah, I tried to just hopefully.
How come I couldn't do it? I've never seen that before. I only had it once before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I did that. I thought last time I just didn't push on the right spot. And this time I definitely did it 5 or 6 times. All right. I got some questions for you after you're done. Okay, we got house calls or house calls. Okay, why is Julia Hinton a house call?
What's the name?
Okay, I say safe cell, and let's see why. Do you know why?
What number is that?
Well, 6.
Number 6.
And Julia Hinton.
Unable to function with.
Okay. And looks like he's got warrants, Glow Safford. Okay, anyway, she's charged with dangerous drugs, class 4 felony, shoplifting, class 1 misdemeanor. Appointing a lawyer for her is a bench warrant at Superior Court. She's got a status conference on March 12th at 8:30 and witness preliminary hearing on March 14th at 175 West Madison. No drugs without valid prescription. Can't return to the scene of the alleged crime or contact any alleged complainant or witnesses. Bond is set in the amount of $500 security appearance bond. Then we have Sean Norton. He's unable to function according to notes we have here. Sean Norton is charged as appointing a lawyer for disorderly conduct class 6 felony, disorderly conduct class 1 misdemeanor, assault class 1 misdemeanor, and criminal damage class 1 misdemeanor. The prosecutors were asking for a $25,000 bond. I've set bond amount of $5,000 security appearance bond. Its court dates are March 12th and March 14th at 175 West Madison. No weapons, no drugs without valid prescription. Can't return to the scene of alleged crime or initiate contact with alleged victim or victims. And he can ask to find an alternative residence. He can return one time to the scene of alleged crime with a police officer to pick up his personal effects. All right, let's see now. Now we have Patrick Bush, and all I know is that he refused to wake up and he was uncooperative. He's SMI? What's the why was he not brought in here? What?
He refused.
Okay. I have to change one thing since he's SMI here. Okay, he's charged with aggravated assault, class 3 felony, possession of narcotic drugs, class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony, criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, class 3 misdemeanor, appointing a lawyer for him. His court dates will be at 175 West Madison for a status conference on March 12th and March 14th. Status conference preliminary hearing, both at 8:30. The state was asking for a $50,000 bond. I'm making it $25,000. Can't return to scene of alleged crime. Have initiate contact with any alleged victim or victims. He must contact his probation office, his case manager within 24 hours of release, and no weapons. Okay, we are in recess. That's everything, right?
job interviews right now.